school, you will learn about water. What are the sources of water? Water is found on the Earth's surface, under the ground, and in the atmosphere as water vapor. Most of the water on the Earth's surface, found in seas and oceans, is saline. Fresh water is found frozen in the ice caps at the two poles, on snow-covered mountains, and in rivers and lakes and ponds. The availability of water is one of the main factors that decides the nature of vegetation and diversity of life in an area. Water is essential for the survival of plants and animals, as cellular processes take place in a water medium. Terrestrial animals require fresh water to live. These animals cannot tolerate the high amounts of dissolved salts in saline water. What is water pollution? The contamination of water by sewage, chemicals, detergents, fertilizers, and other harmful substances is called water pollution. What are the causes of water pollution? Industry chemicals and urban sewage are dumped into rivers and lakes. These substances dissolve in water. Industrial or household waste reduces the dissolved oxygen in water bodies, affecting aquatic animals and plants. The sudden rise in water temperature is dangerous for many aquatic animals, which affects their breeding.
You will learn about Kottapalli village, a case study. The case study sheds light on how the people of Kottapalli achieved success under proper guidance for the utilization and management of natural resources like soil and water. Some time back, the village was full of concerns such as the following: non-cultivated land more in area than irrigated land. Illiteracy rate is more. Shortage of agricultural labor. Extensive use of fertilizers and pesticides. Low crop yield. Absence of water harvesting structures. Let us now see how the village people improved on productivity and income through soil and water conservation measures. The scientists at International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics, ICRISAT, educated most of the people in this village and gave technical assistance for water storage and soil conservation involving very low investments. ICRISAT is an agriculture research institute established in 1972 at Patancheruvu, Hyderabad. The main motive of this institute is to enhance food production through cultivation of commodities in semi-arid regions that witness minimum rainfall and dry land areas without proper irrigation facilities. Apart from this, ICRISAT also helps in sustainable management of natural resources like soil and water. The institute met its aim with the help of individual and community level interventions. Let us study about the community-based interventions in Kottapalli village. Here, 14 water storage structures, 1 earthen and 13 strong concrete dams with capacities varying from 300 to 2000 meter cube were constructed. Likewise, 60 mini water harvesting tanks were put in place and 38 hectares of field boundaries were made. Apart from these, constructing dikes, which is a natural slope to regulate water levels of canals, as well as barriers near Nalla Canal or Lakshmi Canal, led to the recharge of 28 dry open wells with groundwater. Besides, they also help in storage of rainwater. Villagers of each storage structure were made responsible for recharging the groundwater and dried wells in their village. Lakshmi Canal and Nalla Canal of Kottapalli draw water from the reservoir of Sri Ram Sagar project. Sri Ram Sagar project, also called the Pochampadu project, is constructed on the Godavari river. It supplies irrigation water and caters to the needs of most of the areas in Telangana, including Karimnagar, Warangal, Adilabad, Nalgonda and Khammam districts. As per statistical analysis of August 2013, the water storage capacity of this project is 80.66 thousand million cubic feet, 80.66 TMC. Now let us know about the farmer-based interventions in soil and water conservation drive in Kottapalli village. Each farmer in Kottapalli takes care of soil and water conservation in their fields. Broad bed furrow landform and contour farming are common methods practiced for efficient utilization of soil. They also made rectangular field boundaries or contour trenches across the slopes to conserve rainwater. Farmers grow Glycidia plants on field bunds to make them strong and to improve the nitrogen content of the soil. The plant Glycidia belongs to the family of Leguminaceae, which is adapted to grow in dry lands. Farmers use irrigation water jointly and follow micro-irrigation techniques. Through broad bed furrow and micro-irrigation techniques, farmers obtained 250 kilograms more pigeon pea and 50 kilograms more maize per hectare. The micro-irrigation techniques includes drip irrigation, which conserves 70% of irrigated water. But sadly, this method of irrigation is only applied to 2% of land worldwide. Now let us know about tree plantation and development of waste land in Kottapalli. Farmers in Kottapalli developed waste land by planting useful species along roads, fields and canal bunds, and farmers used these bunds for planting custard apple and Glycidia saplings. Besides, farmers undertook plantation of 2,500 fruit trees and teak plants. Hence, under the guidance of a non-profitable organization like ICRISAT, The people of Kottapalli village reaped a lot of benefits by successfully utilizing their natural resources. You have now reached the end of this module. In this module, you learned that the people of Kottapalli village improved on crop productivity and income by utilizing 0.66 TMC and is constructed on the Godavari river. Broad bed furrow and contour farming are some of the commonly practiced farming methods.
You will learn about the natural resources on the earth. When you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth and take a shower. Both these activities require you to use water. Then you have your breakfast before boarding your bus that picks you and drops you to the school. Your food for breakfast comes from plants and animals, while the school bus runs on petrol, which is a fossil fuel. Water, plants, animals, fossil fuels, as well as buildings and vehicles are all considered resources, which can be defined as biological and physical entities utilized or consumed to obtain benefit. For instance, plants are consumed to obtain nutrients. Based on their origin, resources can be categorized into two major groups: natural resources and man-made resources. Water, plants, animals, fossil fuels such as petroleum, coal, and all such things found in nature and used by humans to promote their welfare are called natural resources. They also include air, land, soil, minerals, sun energy, as well as human beings themselves. Did you know the reason why human beings are considered as a natural resource? It is because their skills, energies, talents, and knowledge can be utilized to develop other natural resources. For instance, workers are hired to work in fields and obtain cotton, a natural resource. This cotton is then processed into yarns, which is used to make fabrics. All these processes take place by utilizing human resources. Incidentally, human resource is the only natural resource that is capable of converting other natural resources into man-made resources that can be defined as products developed or manufactured by man by utilizing natural resources. Earlier, we used natural resources only for satisfying our basic needs such as food, clothing, and housing. But over the years, we have been exploiting these natural resources for our vested interests and comfort. Fortunately, some natural resources like air, water, and the sun's energy are present in unlimited quantity in nature, unlikely to be exhausted completely by humans, and so they are called inexhaustible resources. On the other hand, natural resources like fossil fuels, plants, animals, and minerals are available in limited quantity in nature and can get exhausted due to their excessive use by humans. Therefore, these resources are known as exhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources can be further classified into renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Natural resources like plants, animals, soil and water that can recycle and replace themselves are called renewable resources. While resources like coal, petroleum and minerals such as gold and silver that lack the ability of recycling and replacement are called non-renewable resources. Both renewable and non-renewable resources are further classified into different categories. Renewable resources, for instance, are classified into continuous and flow resources. Continuous resources, such as air and the sun's energy, are abundant and hence their supply remains unaffected by the rise in their demand. On the other hand, flow resources such as water and plants get exhausted after they are utilized, but also get replenished after a reasonable amount of time. For example, let's consider mango trees that bear fruits annually. Once the mangoes are harvested, their supply ceases. However, after a gap of 1 year, the trees start bearing fruits again, and the supply of mangoes resumes. Did you know that flow resources are further classified into different categories based on the time they take to renew or replenish? For instance, plants including mango, as well as crops such as wheat, are categorized as short-term resources, as they usually regrow within a few months or years once they are harvested. However, water is categorized as a mid-term resource, as its availability depends on the seasonal rainfall which is influenced by the climatic conditions of the concerned geographical region. Forests, on the other hand, are long-term resources, as it takes a long time for trees to regrow once they are chopped off. Just as renewable resources can be classified into different categories, non-renewable resources can also be classified into non-cyclable and recyclable resources. Non-cyclable resources are those that get exhausted after consumption. Natural gas is an example of a non-cyclable resource because when it burns, it gets converted into energy required for heating food. However, in case of recyclable resources such as metals like copper and iron, they never really get destroyed after they are utilized and can be further recycled to form other products. Regardless of whether a natural resource is non-cyclable or recyclable, all resources, including air, water, sun, land, plants, animals, and minerals are vital for the survival of life. For instance, the layer of air above the Earth's surface, called atmosphere, is a mixture of gases like oxygen that is required by humans for respiration and carbon dioxide, which plants need for photosynthesis. Several other gases like nitrogen, helium, argon, and ozone too comprise the atmosphere. Atmosphere also protects the Earth from harmful ultraviolet rays that emanate from the sun. However, today, human activities are polluting the air, which is harmful to organisms. Apart from air, water is another natural resource that is essential for the survival of living organisms. In fact, water is an integral part of life as it forms 70% of the body of all living organisms. All biological reactions inside the body require water. Water covers 71% of the Earth's surface, of which only 3% is fresh water, which includes groundwater, glaciers, and water available in rivers and lakes. The remaining 97% of the water on Earth comes from the oceans. Therefore, it is essential to realize the importance of water as a natural resource and save as much as we can and avoid contaminating it with dirt, chemicals, and microorganisms. Another important natural resource is the sun's energy that plants use during photosynthesis. The sun's energy is not only vital for the growth of these plants, but also for humans who use the sun's energy for varied purposes, including generation of electricity, cooking food, and driving vehicles. Land is another vital natural resource which comprises the soil as the topmost layer. It is essential for the survival of both plants and animals. Flora or plants are producers as they provide food to the entire living world, including humans and animals. They also regulate Earth's temperature, balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere,